The Civil Quest. So today we are going to discuss this topic, International Tiger Day, for our concept and current series. So we will understand about the measures that are taken to protect the tigers and about the conservation status of tigers and basically IUCN and Wildlife Protection Act status. What status do these act accord to tigers? And we will also see the context is that 29th July every year is observed as the International Tigers Day. So this is the concept, and we know recently it was day before yesterday was 29th July, and that is why tiger came back to the limelight, right? So first of all, let us see that go to St. Petersburg Tiger Summit. Why do we have to go to St. Petersburg Tiger Summit? Because it was because of this summit that this International Tigers Day traces its origin. This summit was held in November 2010, and from this summit only we decided to celebrate 29th July as International Tigers Day. So from 13 tiger range countries, we know leaders from 13 tiger range countries including India, they adopted a TX2 goal, that is to double the global wild tiger population by 2022. So that was a goal adopted then by 2022, and there were 13 tiger range countries that adopted this. What were those 13? What are the 13 tiger range countries that we will also see? In 2010, only about, we know that there was in 2010 only about 3200 tigers were there. However, now approximately 5711 wild tigers are there in the wild globally. This amounts to an increase of 78%. Okay, so that is what we have seen about St. Petersburg Summit. Why is that summit important? Because in that summit this TX2 goal was adopted, and also this day traces its origin. 29th July day, where we mark the International Tigers Day, also traces its origin to this date. Now, what are the various measures that are taken to protect the tiger? So first of all, we will see the measures that are taken by India, and then we will see what are the global efforts in which India is a part. So these are the various efforts we will see, right? So first of all is Project Tiger. This is very important. This is the flagship centrally sponsored scheme of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So you remember this is a centrally sponsored scheme. Now it provides financial and technical assistance to tiger range states. All right, technical and financial assistance both. So according to NTCA report 2003, Project Tiger 2023, Project Tiger has established a network of 58 tiger reserves and 18 tiger range states, latest being Madhav Tiger Reserve covering Madhya Pradesh. So basically in 2025, so we know that NTCA के बारे में भी हम लोग आगे देखेंगे, National Tiger Conservation Authority, we will see that also. Now we know that Project Tiger Mate has been observed by NTCA that Project Tiger has led to an establishment of tiger reserves. Tiger reserves are areas that are designated as reserves. So they cover now 2.56% of Indian geographical area. So they are notified. They so far 58 tiger reserves have been notified. Recently in 2025, last year in Madhya Pradesh, we had notified Madhav Tiger Reserve, right? Wildlife Protection Act. In this act, section 3853 of the act requires every state government to prepare tiger conservation plan for each tiger reserve. So for instance, suppose Madhya Pradesh has Panna Tiger Reserve, it has Madhav Tiger Reserve, we know. So like for example, Uttar Pradesh has Pilibhit Tiger Reserve. So every state is required to prepare a tiger conservation plan for each respective tiger reserve. Now we come to National Tiger Conservation Authority. It is chaired by the Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So he is the chairperson. It also includes members from Parliament, senior government officials and experts. What is the work? What do they do, NTCA? It deals with tiger conservation, overseeing the tiger reserve and ensuring effective implementation of Project Tiger. Fine. Now we come to Tiger Task Force. It was constituted to review India's tiger conservation framework and recommended key policy reforms. Its recommendation led to amendments in Wildlife Protection Act in 2006, led to the establishment of NTCA and Wildlife Crime Control Bureau as statutory body. So NTCA के बारे में now we also have one मेजर इन्फॉर्मेशन. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एक टाइगर टास्क फोर्स थी जिसको कॉन्स्टिट्यूट किया गया था टू एग्जामिन अबाउट द टाइगर इंडियाज टाइगर कंजर्वेशन फ्रेमवर्क. नाउ दैट टाइगर टास्क फोर्स हैड रिकमेंडेड अमेंडमेंट्स टू वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट in 2006, and this led to the establishment of NTCA. So NTCA in a way is a statutory body. Fine, it is a statutory body. Now how monitoring and evaluation of tigers के लिए क्या क्या measures लिए जाते हैं. First of all, monitoring system for tigers, इसके लिए we use intensive protection and ecological status. This is known as M-stripes. ठीक है. It uses GPS, GPRS and remote sensing for monitoring on field. Then we have camera trap data repository and analysis tool, which is also known as cataract. It automatically classifies camera trap images by species. For instance, whenever they'll see tiger, they will classify it under tiger. Whenever they see elephant, they'll classify it under elephant. Extract compare identifies individual tigers using their unique stripe patterns. So every tiger has got its unique stripe patterns. So this is how India has certain measures specifically adopted for the protection of tigers. Right? Now there are 2-3 measures more. All India Tiger Estimation. This is the world's largest biodiversity survey and it is conducted every 4 years. It is led by NTCA in collaboration with Wildlife Institute of India. Alright, we know that टाइगर टास्क फोर्स के रिकमेंडेशन पे NTCA एस्टैब्लिश हुआ था और एक और बॉडी एस्टैब्लिश हुई थी. व्हाट वाज इट? वाइल्ड लाइफ क्राइम कंट्रोल ब्यूरो. राइट, this is different. Wildlife Institute of India. The 2022 assessment included India's first nationwide survey of ungulates. Ungulates are basically hoofed animals, right? For example, giraffe, zebra, these are ungulates. So they are basically a type of prey for tigers. So they are prey for tigers. So if you want to maintain the sustainable viable population of tigers, you need to also provide them with suitable food, and they rely on these ungulates. So NTCA's camera trap survey also holds a Guinness World Record as the world's largest camera trap wildlife survey. Alright, so this is how we do the estimation of tiger. What is the biodiversity survey done? So that is all we have done. Then comes management effectiveness evaluation. It guides policy decisions, strengthen reserve management and support long-term conservation and planning. So by 2022, 51 tiger reserves had been evaluated under it. 12 reserves received excellent ratings. Okay, while the average score reached at 78%. So it is just a evaluation criteria, how well the tiger reserves are being managed. So based on which it evaluates the tiger reserves. Now what are the global efforts that India undertakes in protection of its tigers? First of all, it undertakes partnership with countries, various countries that also have a tiger population or that have a contiguous boundary with India. So they also undertake a partnership with these countries on the protection of tigers. Then we know this International Big Cat Alliance. This is very important. Its establishment was approved on 12th March 2024 with its secretariat headquartered in India. So the secretariat of IBCA is in India. This is important, and it promotes conservation of 7 big cats. It also includes tiger and related species like lion, snow leopard, cheetah, jaguar and puma. So these 7 species you have to know, right? So you can easily remember tiger, lion, leopard, snow leopard. Okay, then cheetah, jaguar and puma. Alright, so what is it? It is basically a coalition of 95 big cat range and partner countries. Then we come to Global Tiger Forum. It is the world's only intergovernmental organization which is dedicated exclusively for tiger conservation. Alright, it is headquartered in New Delhi. So remember, IBCA headquartered in India. This also is headquartered in India. It brings 13 tiger range countries. So I told you about the tiger range countries that took part in St. Petersburg summit. So we will see what are the 13 tiger range countries. It is Bangladesh, Bhutan, Cambodia, China, India, Indonesia, Laos, PDR, then Malaysia, Myanmar, Nepal, Russia, Thailand and Vietnam. Okay. Now we come to integrated tiger conservation. Integrated Tiger Habitat Conservation Program. This is the flagship program of IUCN. It is funded by the Germany government through their KfW Development Bank. So it supports science-based conservation projects across priority tiger landscapes in Asia, and India actively participates in its programs. Right? Then comes your Conservation Assured Tiger Status. It is a global certification system that was launched at first Asian Parks Congress in Japan in 2013. Right? It accredited 23 Indian tiger reserves, ensuring global practices in conservation. So this is all about your global efforts for which India is a part. Now let's see the status of tiger. First of all, what can be asked in prelims? It is very important that you know this status of tiger. IUCN Red List, it is endangered. CITES, it is Appendix 1, and WPA, it is Schedule 1. Now usually you know these three things, but IUCN Green Assessment also is there, which states that it is critically depleted. So if it is asked that green assessment status of tiger, then you will say it is critically depleted. Let me tell you what is green status of species. It complements the red list. So already red list is there. Green status will complement the red list. It provides a tool for assessing the recovery of species population and measuring their conservation status. So how much the conservation has been done. So it just simply assesses the amount of conservation that has been already done to the species. In 2020, green status of species assessment became an optional part. So if you are doing a red list assessment of a particular species, you can also include the green list assessment as well, right? So population, India has world's largest tiger population. 70% of wild tigers globally are there in India. All right. As per All India Tiger Estimation, which is also NTCA's world's largest biodiversity survey, we have seen, led by NTCA and WII, India's tiger population is 3682. Okay, it was there in 2022. Significance. What is the significance? First of all, it plays a vital ecological role. It is an apex predator and an umbrella species. Umbrella species means if you preserve this species, you will preserve an entire ecosystem, right? And government has declared Royal Bengal tiger as national animal in 1972. We know that tiger is a national animal. What are the conservation measures we have taken, but what approach we use? We use landscape based conservation approach, in which each reserve has got a core area, which is a critical tiger habitat, and you have a buffer area. It gets highest level of protection. It balances conservation with sustainable livelihoods. Matlab, here communities can also live and at the same time ensure conservation of species. And then you have wildlife corridors. It connects different reserves, enabling safe movement. You have wildlife corridor, safe passage of species is allowed. So this is all about the International Tiger Day. We have seen the major initiatives of which India is a part. How come this day came to be recognized, like which summit, when did it initiate? We have seen that. Now what are the various measures that we have taken? We know that there are 58 tiger reserves now, latest being Madhav Tiger Reserve in Madhya Pradesh. NTCA, we have seen, is a statutory body. Tiger Task Force had recommended for its establishment. We have seen that. And also we have seen the survey measurement of tiger population. Then we have also seen IBCA and Global Tiger Forum. These are very important international forums. And IUCN status of tiger, which is endangered, and CITES, which is Appendix 1, and WPA, which is Schedule 1. Green status is critically depleted. Alright, so that's all for today in this topic. Thank you very much. Stay tuned.